Give me my phone. Anthony!
Stop, bro. Chill.
Bro, open the door. Open the door. Anthony, open the door. Come on. Anthony! Stop!
Are you really crying over your phone, dude?
Anthony, open
You're
the
really
door.
crying?
Open it.
This is when I wish I had that run, get to the chopper sound bite, man. I might have to go ahead and download that because that would have been appropriate right about now. Because, dude, you need to run for the hills fast, immediately, expediently. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of the video, I hope you subscribe. So let's keep it moving, man.
What is the most romantic thing a man can do for a woman, and what's the most romantic thing a woman can do for a man?
Okay, so I'd say the most romantic thing, I'll just use my own marriage, for instance. Obviously, for a woman being able to cook and clean, but I'll give some more specific examples like what I do. I wake my husband up with a massage and coffee every single morning, and every single night I'm scratching his scalp and like giving him a back massage until he falls asleep. It's important that he falls asleep first. And I would say something that's romantic that he does for me. Well, since I do all of the cooking, it's nice when he takes me out for dinner because it's like a little break and it's just special. And then also even just while we're here in Miami, he's kind of like my little bodyguard, like making sure if there's any men walking by, he just like puts his arm around me and just making sure that I'm protected. That's what it's really romantic, and that's something that a woman could never do for a man.
Wow.
Fantastic. Wow. I like it.
You are blessed.
I think a lot of women should really take heed to what you're saying.
Facts.
It's really
Some
great
very
stuff.
good points. Both you guys.
Yeah.
Now, I remember reacting to another clip from that exact same show. And if you notice, the black woman next to the woman that was speaking was the one that was giving her pushback. Did you notice that when she was speaking in this clip, that same black woman had the same reaction? She's over here looking around at the room like, are y'all believing what this woman is saying? See, this is what blows my mind about these women, bro. These women really believe that they're entitled to men on the same level as a Myron or a Fresh from a financial standpoint. But when they hear the things that these very few women do to stand out from them and see how they cater to their men, it's like they're disgusted by it. But what these women forget is that there are far less men like them, especially from a financial state, than attractive women like yourself. And the woman that's married is more attractive than the black woman next to her. Like, the black woman next to her is like a 4. Like, let's keep it up, guys. And keep in mind, man, I done did a little traveling right now, so I'm like, I've definitely adjusted my scale. I probably would have said she was a 5 before I started traveling, but now that I'm traveling, nah, that black woman next to the married woman is probably like a 3 or a 4 at best. Let's keep it moving.
Well, you had a guy taking care of you, but you left.
I'll be honest, I fucked up.
What happened?
I kind of got bored, but he watching, so I'm hurting his feelings.
Okay, so you cheated on him.
I didn't say that. I said I got bored.
So you
That's typically what being bored means.
Yeah.
You go with another guy.
I don't know. I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
another guy.
I plead the fifth. I don't know.
Okay.
You went ahead and got bored and you lost him.
No, he's still here. He just like treat me like shit now. It all changed.
Well, if you cheat on a guy, now you're only in the sex category and you lose the title. You fucked up.
Entertain me. Don't let me get bored. Why you letting a girl get bored?
You see, it's always on the guy, isn't it? It's always the responsibility is always on the guy. It's like, entertain me.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't care what you get me. Entertain me. I don't give a fuck if it's a pet, a girl. Just entertain me.
So have American women gotten that spoiled that even when you got a man that checks off all the boxes and is taking care of you, that's still not enough. He got to entertain you too, like he's your jester or something. Here's a better question: what are you doing for him? What are you doing to entertain him outside of giving him some box, some used box at that? Clearly, because the moment you got bored, we know what you did. You ain't just go home and start knitting quilts. you hopped on the next digging stick. Shout out to Steph is cold. I'm trying to watch what words I use, man. But let's keep it a buck. We know that's what she did, man. That's exactly what she did. It's like I don't understand why women think it's funny how women only want men to read between the lines of what they really mean when it's beneficial to them, but when we can read between the lines as far as what's beneficial to us and protecting ourselves, that's when women want to play dumb and expect us to play dumb along with them. I ain't going, bro, and you shouldn't either. Let's keep it moving.
I think a lot of women don't like most men because they don't like themselves, bro. This whole persona about bad, like it's all a front because most women are insecure themselves.
Yep.
They understand that we have more expectations. So when you go through life as a woman, not having expectations, not having to level up or do the self-improvement, it's kind of like a self-hate because you get all this love and attention and then it quickly goes away when you're in your 30s. When you don't earn anything that you have, like a lot of hot chicks, they don't earn the status, the trips, the getting on the boat. It's kind of like an empty feeling because when they all goes away, there was no substance behind it from the beginning.
Right.
Opposed to most men, for us to get to where we are, we had to bust our ass, go through school, start a business, go through failure. So if we get down the road, it's like no matter what happens, we still have this, hey, I built this.
Yeah.
Most men don't go through that.
Yeah.
So it's like an emptiness in them that they try to deflect on men. I think a lot of...
Man, shout out to Fearless, man. And I want to ask you guys that are watching this question. Do y'all agree with him on that? Because I think that's a very valid point, man. And I think that's one of the reasons why women today act the way that they do. Because they're a victim of their own success, because as men, we don't look for successful women. We don't see successful women as like attractive or appealing. I never heard a man say I got an erection because my wife makes 6 or 7 figures. All right. Now, yeah, I went there, man. But also, women never, a lot of things that attracts the opposite gender comes easy for women. I mean, I would say the only thing that requires a little bit of effort and hard work is staying fit. You know what I mean? And eating healthy as possible. Outside of that, pretty much everything else a woman needs to do to attract the opposite sex pretty much comes easy. As we say all the time, they're born with value, men have to create theirs. So that falls in line with what he's saying in the clip. So I can definitely see that being a thing where women are basically deflecting that hate on the men because deep down they know that our value isn't based on our looks like it is theirs. Because there's a lot of guys out here that are average looking as hell, but because they're so wealthy, celebrities, athletes, things of that nature, they can get away with not being the most handsome man on earth because the other things that they provide are more paramount as far as what women find attractive in men. You know what I mean? If you ask most women, looks aren't going to be at the top of the list. If you ask most men, however, looks are going to be at the top of the list. It's just human nature, man. And women have a hard time accepting the nature of men. Well, as men, we have to accept the nature of women in order to understand them and learn how to attract them. All right, let's keep it moving to this last clip because this right here is what I really want to discuss.
Well, you know what's interesting in regard to that is there have been a couple of articles in the last 6 months that have come out by, I guess, what we might call Butch Lesbians, who are complaining about the same dynamic.
Really?
Yes, they're complaining about the lack of affection. They're complaining about being taken for granted. They're complaining about having to protect and provide in relationships with other women, and they're not being any kind of reciprocation that meets their. It's an interesting dynamic. So even when you have women who are supposedly, replacing men in certain dynamics and acting out what we would call a traditional male role, they're complaining about the same things that men have complained about. So it's interesting. Interesting to see.
And
Well, you
interesting
know,
to hear as well, because one of the main reasons why I hear women switch from men to women is because women understand women better. But even in a situation where you got these women that are playing the masculine role, they are sharing the same sentiments as a heterosexual male. So, this is my question, man. When you have butch, aka masculine lesbian women, that are sharing the same sentiments as heterosexual men, what is the common denominator? We all know the answer to that. But the real question is, are women going to own up and hold themselves accountable and be like, okay, you know what? We do play a part in this. Or are they just going to continue to go in their delusion and act like they can't do no wrong and think they're right all the time? That's how I'm going to end this, because I found that very, very interesting, man. And y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, all right? If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification that we all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.